When I first jumped into the game, I didn't even go and look at my lineup and see where people were positioned, and I was just playing willy-nilly. And then I went and had a look, and I was like, I'm doing this all wrong. So hopefully this video today will help you strategize with where you put your heroes in your lineup to get you the best results in your Sky Fortress Odyssey game going forward. But let's go and have a look at my lineup and how I have placed my characters. Like most games, not all characters are good everywhere, and not all formations are good in different parts of the game. But this is a really well-rounded way to build your team going forward and just continue through the story mode. I know there'll be some levels where you may need more tank, you may need more support, you may need more damage. But to start off, this is going to be kind of the basics around how you build your team. As you can see here, I've got a tank, my 3 damage dealers, and then my support at the back. This can be a little bit different, but number one rule, pretty much always you're going to have a tank at the front. Always have your tank at the front. There may be some levels, or you may be more happy with taking in 2 tanks. If you're not as good at dodging the bullets coming towards you, you may want to go with 2 tanks so you can take a lot more damage, and then just have 3 damage dealers, maybe 1 support at the end, depending what supports you have. But always put a tank at the front. Bernhild is my S character that I got after doing the 10 pulls, after beating chapter 3 or whatever it is. I believe she is one of the best tanks. Her skills are absolutely amazing. She just puts some shields up in front of you and it goes across the board and you just don't get hit. It is, and she puts up a shield every now and again as well. She is so good. So if you have the chance to get her, I believe she is one of the best tanks in the game so far. That is just my thoughts. Margaret, I can't remember where I got her from. Vivian is a really cool damage dealer on her ultimate, the big explosion. This guy I talked about in a video yesterday, he is just second to none. And Honku at the back here, this support just gives me extra damage. So my team is really just built around giving me the most amount of damage as possible so I can go through the battles. And because a lot of the bosses have timers on them, you do need to take as much damage as possible off them. So I've leveled my main dealer here as high as possible, and then my tank is also as high as possible. So on top of this way that you actually line up your team, the characters that you're going to level up the first is going to be your main damage dealer and your main tank. Because your main tank's going to get hit the most, your main damage dealer is going to do all your damage. Your support probably doesn't need to be leveled up anywhere near as much as your damage dealers, because she's just there to give a boost to your damage dealers to do more damage. So another way that I've seen a few other people build is they put their support, say, in the middle maybe, or behind the tank. Maybe not behind the tank, maybe one back. But put your best damage dealer at the back, because most of the time, your person at the back is going to last the longest. There may be some use cases where their opponent's attacks hit the back first, but most of the time, all your attacks are coming to the front. So your damage dealer at the back is the one that is going to survive the longest, and he may come through clutch every now and again when you have no one else left, will just hit one of those ultimates and take down the enemies. To be honest, just go and play around with all your characters. It doesn't matter who you take in. Just go and get a feel for them. If you like playing with that person, then cool. You can play with them. You do not need to get the best min-max team there is right now. There's still a long way to go. You still got lots of characters to pull. Obviously your S tier heroes are probably going to be a lot better than your A tier at first. Maybe you get a lot of your A tiers and you can awaken them even further. They may turn out better than your S at that point in time because you haven't awakened the S tier ones. But you just need to build your team around the heroes that you have got. Seriously, you have the opportunity. As you can see here, I have 4 S tiers already, and I'm only just past the story chapter 3. I think I've bought 10 tickets. So realistically, I've bought 1 S tier and I've got 3 from just playing the game. And I haven't even progressed that far. So S tiers are going to be coming at you fairly fast because you've got that banner. You can pick the ones you want. As I said in that video yesterday, he is definitely the guy to go for. He does an absolute huge amount of damage. So he's my pick. But anyway, that is a really quick rundown of how you should structure your team and who you should build first. Definitely focus on your tank and your massive damage dealer first, then your other damage dealers and your support last. The support just needs to live, and if they're at the back, they're not going to hit very often, so they're pretty much safe. If you haven't already downloaded this on your PC, there's a link down below to download it from BlueStacks. It runs absolutely amazing. That's what I play it on my computer full screen and nothing looks bad. Also, there will be a video popping up on your screen just over there. If you haven't already watched that, please go and click that one. It should help you out even more in the game. And if there is any other questions you would like me to answer, hit it in the comments down below and hit that subscribe, and I'll see you in a video soon.